Welcome
Devontae's
back.
gonna fix everything.
Welcome. I hope so. He won't, but
There's a lot of
I
Jets
pray
fans
for him.
that are hoping so as well, but hope.
It's not gonna happen.
They got hope for a week at least.
I told you, one more loss, and I'm off the bandwagon. So when we
But
get
they
there,
just got Devontae.
fuck no, I'm not back in this team anymore. Anyways, Randy, welcome back.
What's happening?
We're talking NFL Week 6. Little review for you guys real quick. Exciting stuff is in the works right now. I'm moving into my new house. Cameras coming in tomorrow, I think. 2 more mics. We got 2 more special guests joining us next week. Won't spoil that.
Awesome.
But
Stoked.
you know who they are. But I'm not gonna share.
We could get Sean on there?
No.
Come on.
No. Sean would only talk betting, I think, and that's
That'd be lit. What, me and him will have to do one.
yeah. He can come on. I don't know how he's gonna feel just coming on.
I think he'd
coming
like it.
over to the crib.
That'd be
But
cool.
That would be dope. I can go bring this to Mountainside or whatever. But anyways,
Pull up. Sean's a real one.
he is a real one. Thursday night football, Niners Seahawks. I'll let you take the floor here because you had the Seahawks to win. So
I mean, I said I didn't feel good about the pick.
can I interrupt you real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
We are filming this at 8 a.m. and I woke up 10 minutes ago. So if I'm like slurring my words for the first like 20 minutes of this episode, just understand that's why. Anyways, continue.
Early morning grinding right now.
Mhm.
But, yeah, Seahawks, I picked them. Gino threw it to the defense twice, and that was it. You know, it's just they had to play a clean game. Niners played a clean game. Seahawks didn't. I said I didn't feel good about the pick. I was taking it because I've had a gut feeling that Brock would not play a clean game. He did. Gino didn't. So I said I felt good about the over. Hey, that hit. That looked good.
Bang.
But
Yeah, that was good.
yeah, I mean, in terms of the rest of the game, it's just that was the thing with Kenneth Walker. You know, we talked about maybe doing like that 40-yard or more rushing total for him. He had like 20-something yards.
Yeah.
When you look back at his history of playing against the Niners, I don't think he's had more than 40 rushing yards in a single game of playing against the Niners. So that kind of just shut his behind down.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like when you can't run the ball, that O-line looks bad, Gino's tossed into the defense, you're going to lose by 12.
Yeah, I think I was very impressed by how just smooth the Niners offense runs regardless of who's at running back. CMC goes down, they bring in Jordan Mason. Jordan Mason goes down, Isaac Rendo goes in, averages almost 10 yards a carry, had that big run, obviously, so that helps the average. But he still looked at least 4 or 5 yards a carry before that. And I don't know, I was just impressed that you can go into Seattle with Mike McDonald's defense and put up 36 points. That's not easy to do. So props to the Niners on that. Seahawks, though, like you said, they couldn't get Walker going, and that's pretty much how they open up their offense is the threat of Kenneth running the ball and then kind of playing off of him. I do want to see him get a little bit more involved in the receiving game. I think he's actually a pretty good receiving back. Before the season, I was talking to you about how he was going to be more in a third down role too, just kind of a 3-down back. And Charbonnet, he got 5 carries. He had a catch, but it wasn't like he wasn't overly involved in the offense. So to me, as a fantasy owner of Kenneth Walker, I was very excited, even
Got the
though
touchdown.
yeah, he had 20 points.
Yes, sir.
So even Seattle did put up 24, but it didn't really feel like 24 points. It wasn't like they got shut out to 3 in the first half. They had 14 to kind of make it a game with that kick return touchdown, and that was pretty much it. So, I don't know. I'm a yapping, but what do you think about that?
Yeah. I mean, the kick return made it closer than it really showed. And, I mean, so the fumble on the kick return, they were -3 in the turnover differential. Against a team that's more talented, you can't do that. You have to win the turnover battle, and they didn't do that. They put themselves in a hole.
Yeah, Purdy played a clean game, too. He 18 for 28, 3 touchdowns, 255 passing, 9 yards completion. Like,
Clean.
it's a clean game. Kittle did his thing. I thought that was sick when he ran over, gave the ball to his girl, and then freaking Juszczyk did it too, and it was
Yeah.
so.
I thought Juszczyk was giving the ball to Kittle's girl at first. I was like, hey, yo.
Hey, yo. Yeah.
They were sitting next to each other. But I saw him run over to the same spot. I'm like, bro, ain't no way.
Yeah. You see Debo get up in there too? Debo's poking his head up there like, where the white bitches at?
Yeah, not for real, though.
Yeah. But it was funny. I liked it's funny because for how poorly the Cardinals have played, I'm going back to my Cardinals.
We're going to get
fandom.
into them.
They are one game out of the division lead. The Niners are leading the NFC West with a 3-3 record and being 1-2. Wait, no.
Stop this, bro.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Stop this.
It's brutal. So, I won't say there's not a chance, but man, Niners after what's his face went down, after like Kittle went down, I think Bosa's out for the year though.
Is he really? I didn't see him get hurt.
I think so. Let me check that.
I think though with the Niners offense, I think if they're gonna actually do anything this year, you have to have Kittle out there. He's a tone setter. He's a difference maker. He puts the ball in the end zone for them. So if Kittle's not out there, I think this is a different offense, especially with McCaffrey going to be at this state he's in. So yeah, it's just Kittle's what makes this offense go and sets the tone for them right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I don't know what.
If anything, we'll get into it when we do our preview this week because we'll look through all the injury reports and stuff like that. But I think with this game, it's just the point turnover differential. It just really sunk the Seahawks' attempt in the entire game.
Yeah, they did put up 24 points with 3 turnovers, so 3 extra possessions.
They can score.
Yeah, they can definitely put up more points if they didn't turn the ball
Game's probably closer.
Yeah. Well, I'll let you take the lead on this one too, because this game pissed me off to the max. I couldn't.
Which one? The Bears game?
The Jaguars-Bears game made me so
Wait, hold on.
angry.
Why did it piss you off? What? The Jags are the Jags.
I may or may not have had the Jags to cover 10.5. I believed that with the Bears kind of banged up in the secondary, that Trevor Lawrence might be able to kind of keep pace. I was so wrong, and it made me so mad watching the play calling and his receivers drop passes, Gabe Davis drop passes.
Bigsby, where's he at?
Bigsby needs to get the ball more. Brian Thomas, my boy, I love him, but he had a wide open touchdown that just hit him in the face mask.
Boink.
Yeah, so I was like,
oh man,
you probably watched this game in its entirety, but I turned it off after like the third quarter, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the Jags don't really do anything well right now. There's nothing on that team that they do well that they can hang their hat on. They don't stop the pass. They don't stop the run. They don't get after the quarterback. They don't run the ball. They don't pass the ball well. They turn the ball over. They're just a bad team.
Pretty much everything.
They don't do anything well. They're just not a good team. You know, I mean, like, why is Dearness Johnson getting carries over Tank Bigsby?
I didn't even know he was on the roster until this game.
You signed Dearness Johnson off of a random deal in free agency, and you drafted Tank Bigsby last year. He's a second-year player. Why is he getting touches over Tank? Why is Dearness Johnson getting touches over Tank Bigsby? I mean, just like that alone, like, fire Peterson. Like, what are you doing? Tank Bigsby has obviously shown that he is the best back, and ETN goes out and you give the touches to Dearness Johnson. Like, what does he do? He doesn't provide anything as a runner. He is an average running back, and you have an explosive runner who you just drafted, and they're just not giving the ball. Like, whatever, dude. I mean, this Jags season's about to sink if they lose to the Patriots next week. Man. I think Drake May's got a shot to go ahead and end Peterson's run with the Jags next week. So we'll see what happens with that. But that team is cooked. The Bears, though, hey, Caleb's building some confidence. We needed a couple games where we had played bad fronts. The O-line started to protect him better. I think the team actually has good depth throughout. I think it's a well-coached team. We just need to see them against some better competition. They played a lot of weaker teams. So they're going to have Washington coming off the bye week, which is a good challenge for them. I think Caleb needs a game like that to get his feet under him and actually like start to really buy in and believe, because he's playing better, but he's not playing fully confident yet. Needs a good win to be able to start flowing a little more, I think. But Keenan Allen stepped up big this game. Kind of was hoping for him to step up and have a game. Bless you, brother.
That was the weakest sneeze of all time.
Well, I can tell you tried not to.
I was trying to hold it in, but it just came out like a little like cat sneeze. Oh my god, my bad. Continue, Center.
No problem, brother. Yeah, Keenan Allen, man, he stepped up this game. I think he had 2 touchdowns and a 4th down conversion. That's what you signed him for. Situational player. Make clutch catches when you need him to. Go to, and he has secure hands and is able to create enough separation where if you give him a chance to make a play, he'll make it. He did that game. We need to see him against better competition, though.
Yeah, the only thing that kind of was weird with me was Caleb's pick. He
floated it.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't just zip it in there, or at least just lead him away. But he kind of just, I think he kind of got a little bit too cocky and was like, dude, I'm just going to put the ball out there. And you texted me during the game, and I totally agree with it. The second half, he kind of more let it go more because I think he was more comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
But in that first half, he was definitely kind of timid to miss throws. You texted me about it. I'll let you talk about it because you texted me.
He's afraid to miss throws. I think he got spooked by the early season misses, and now he's starting to get some confidence under him. But I think he needs a game like playing against Washington to where he has to rise to the occasion and he has to fire the ball in there and not be afraid to miss. Because he's learning how to win in the NFL right now, and he's got 4 wins under him, 2 losses. Awesome. They've beaten, I think, 3 one-win teams. So it's like you beat the Panthers, you beat the Jags, you beat the Titans, and then you beat who was the other one? The Rams. You know, so it's like we need some better competition to where we really start to put some confidence under him that he can beat good teams in the NFL. So it's like just give him a full season. He's a rookie, you know, but I think he has a little bit of hesitancy because he's afraid to miss the big throw, and he wants to just give his guy a chance to make a play, which is great. But you need to have confidence, just fire it in there because he has a way stronger arm than he's showing downfield. I do think his deep accuracy is a little bit of a problem, and I mean I saw it at USC a little bit. That's like the one thing where I was like, I felt like that was maybe an issue, but I mean we'll see as the season goes on. I think he has better play than what he's showing right now.
Yeah, back to the Jags. The only person that was even remotely affected was Evan Ingram. Man. Imagine if they didn't have him.
My fantasy team needed that.
Yeah, dude.
I had him in both leagues, bro.
He put up like what, 20?
Yeah, he had like 10 catches, bro.
That's big time from a tight end.
Got absolutely fed.
It looked like as soon as he's back, Trevor was like, dude, I finally got my main man back, Evan. And he was the only one that was doing anything.
It's a matchup monster.
He is. He's like a better Kyle Pitts, to be honest.
It's what everybody wishes Kyle Pitts was.
Yeah. But, I think Keenan Allen is like the guy that if the Bears do make like a deep playoff run or whatever, you know, Keenan's not going to have the stat line of like 9 catches for 145 yards like he had in the past. He's probably going to have like 6 catches for 50 yards.
Yep. And
3 of those are going to be third down conversions. Yes. You know what I mean? Like you said, I agree with you 100%. Situationally, he is the perfect receiver for Caleb because he knows where the marker is. He knows on that little fade route how to get the release and make it where Caleb just has to put it out there for him and he's going to make a play, you know? Like, that throw impressed me a lot.
The back shoulder or the fade?
The back shoulder. The back shoulder. Actually, both of the throws were actually good. I think the fade because you see, like, I think Josh Allen did it last night where people can easily just overthrow that ball because they see the release and they just try to put it out there too much. I thought that was a dot from him. And, yeah, I'm a big fan of Keenan Allen. I think the chemistry with Rome is getting there. He's missing him a little bit. But, like you said, they're both rookies. You got to give them an entire year. So they'll find it. I'm not worried about that. I'm very encouraged after what I saw in the first 2 weeks with Caleb, how he's progressed throughout the year. Bears are 4-2.
Yeah,
dude,
I feel
you must be happy.
I feel pretty good about it. I think that I want to see them against some better competition before I start to feel actually good about it and then making the playoffs. I think that it's good to see Caleb start to get some confidence, though. And Cole Kmet's kind of his security blanket as well. So it's kind of good that he's got like 2 guys with secure hands underneath that he can rely on to make plays for him.
Yeah, totally agree. Let's move on to Texans Patriots. We'll glaze over this one real quick because
It's good to see Drake May start.
Oh yeah, I mean we can talk about that.
Yeah, I felt like he played. He wasn't afraid to lose, and like I feel like that's a big sign. Like it's a good thing you want to see from your rookie quarterback. 'Cause if you're drafting him up high, because I think the thing with like Mitchell Trubisky, for example, like I always watched him and he was always just timid and afraid to lose and afraid to take risks and like fire the ball and give his guys a chance to make plays. As to where like May comes out and dude definitely had some confidence to him. And, he wasn't playing like with a preservation mindset. Like he was going out there trying to make plays and see if he could get his guys in the chance to win this game. But better team just kind of whooped up on him, And I mean, the Texans look like what I expected the Texans to look like. Joe Mixon made a big impact in the game. Diggs looks like a 2. They need to have what's his name back, Nico Collins. Yeah. So if they're gonna actually win anything this year, but everything looks on track for the Texans. But it was really cool to see May get out there and not look timid. He made some rookie mistakes for sure against a tough defense, but I think against weaker defenses he might make some plays.
Yeah, I was impressed by the way the Texans offense looked without Nico. I think they put up 41 without probably, arguably, in my opinion, the top 3 receiver in the league.
He's probably top 3.
And this is why you go and get Diggs, because for a freak injury, like, I know this is one's a hammy, but if another guy goes down, you still have Diggs and Tank Dell.
You still have one more behind him, too, with John Mechie.
Yeah, Mechie's good, too.
Mechie's good,
he didn't get any catches, but he was, like, he's a weapon if for whatever reason any of those guys were going to go down except for Diggs and Dell. But I was mostly impressed, and like you talked about Drake May and how he wasn't afraid to lose. I think the most how do I say this? Drake May, I don't think let the moment get too big for him. There's a lot of hype, obviously, because he's a top 3 pick in the draft, and the Patriots, obviously with the legacy of Tom Brady, like they are ecstatic to have their quote-unquote future of the franchise start his first game. And like you said, he didn't really seem too rattled or like the pressure was getting to him at all. And
that's big.
To be fair, he threw 3 touchdown passes. One of them to Kayshon Boutte.
That was
a little touch pass in the bucket. I mean,
to take a shot like that before the half to try to make sure you get points, like that was kind of really impressed me.
Yeah,
that's a mindset thing of like we're gonna try to get points right here, and not be like, okay, we're on the fringe field goal range, That was really impressive for them to really take a shot and try to put some points on the board to keep their team in the game.
Yeah, I want to see Drake May. I think he actually can lean into his legs a little bit more. I think
he's got some Josh Allen.
He has a little bit of that like juice to him where the play breaks down or whatever. He can kind of extend to make a first down conversion or whatever. But the first pick was his fault 100%. The second pick was kind of a weird one.
That screen pass was funky, bro.
It was just weird. But
yeah.
If New England wants to be at all successful, they have to get the ground game going. Gibson. What the hell was that, dude? You average almost a yard and a half a carry.
That O-line's pretty tough.
I could probably go out there and average a yard.
You could probably go average a yard and a half.
I'm just kidding.
I feel like we could probably average like a yard maybe. And probably get benched, but
yeah.
I'm probably getting stripped if I get in the game. Dude, these D linemen, bro, with these big arms, bro, just like punching in there, bro. Come on, I'm probably fumbling. I could get a yard or 2 though.
I'd get cracked, dude. I played soccer. I'm not ready for this kind of contact here.
My ribs are broken.
Yeah, for real.
Collapsed sternum,
dude. I would. Yeah, I don't even want to think about my freaking twisted up body after getting done with that. But
seeing like Danielle Hunter grab you, bro.
Oh my gosh, that's fucking no
horrifying.
Yeah, Patriots. I think either if Drake May does play good for the rest of the year, I think it's gonna come down to like fourth quarter where the Patriots you might see like be very very conservative because the last thing you want to do is go like 5-7 or no 5-12 and miss out on like a first overall pick because I don't know. I just think they're in a rebuild right now, and I think you'll probably see Drake May play well, but maybe not reach his full potential this year at least because he's still learning the system, whatever. But in terms of the entire organization where they're on track with their rebuild, I don't think they're going to put him out there in any risky situations at all, just to kind of preserve him and preserve that top 3 pick that they're probably looking at right now.
They need some O-line help.
Yeah, they do.
They got to fix the O-line in the offseason, but, I mean, they got Demario Douglas. Demario Douglas looks good. I love watching Marcus Jones, man. I wish they'd get some more touches on offense. He should be a two-way player for them. He's electric when he gets the ball in his hands, punt returns, interceptions. Like, they got to get him the ball on offense, I think. Give him a little spark. But, I mean, it's cool to see the team fight for their QB the way they did. I think that, man, F it. Let it fly, bro.
Yeah.
See what happens. Go let him play free. Let him make mistakes. I think he's got some confidence about him where he should be good.
Yeah. It's funny. This year's draft has one of the best left tackle prospects in a while. Besides
LSU?
Joel. Yeah, LSU's left tackle. He's very good.
I heard the name. I didn't see anything about him, though.
I'm blanking on the name too, but I know he's good. I watch him play a bunch, but
We'll get to around that time in the
Yeah,
offseason.
that
We're looking at all the prospects.
that'll be fun. It's going to be a fun time. But
100%.
let's move to Commanders Ravens.
Better team won. I feel like. I mean, I don't really see, like, it wasn't too much that happened in this game to where it's like, dang, Jaden, you blew the game, or Commanders just blew the game. It was just kind of Ravens kind of got up, stayed on top, kept answering every time the Commanders answered. I felt like it was a good game overall. Big step up game for Zay Flowers. Justice Hill making a difference out of the backfield. Nate Wiggins looked really good. I think he should stay on the field. I don't know why I haven't had him on the field to this point. But O-line started to stack some games together. Ravens, they look good. I still have questions about the defense. I think that in a game like this, like, you're just happy you won. But against better competition, I mean, the Commanders have been winning games, but I don't think their team is as talented enough to win a game like this right now. So they look like an 8-win team to me right now, though, which is very impressive for what we thought coming into the season. But they just don't have enough talent in the secondary. That secondary is one of the worst in the league for sure. And then, yeah, it's just they got too many veterans they're relying on right now. You need to draft and bring in some younger talent to hopefully build around Jaden a little more to where you could win a game like this coming into next season.
Yeah, the Commanders are way ahead. I talk about the Patriots rebuild. They're way ahead of schedule. They should not.
Brought in all these vets.
Yeah, they should not be 4-2 right now. I don't think anyone was thinking about them being 4-2 when the season started. But the Ravens are just better, like you said. They're just a better team across the board. Lamar's better than Jaden. I don't want to hear this bullshit of what it like. They're trying to
give Jaden an off season.
Yeah, maybe, but I just think Lamar, the way this offense is built with Derrick Henry now, is just such a tough thing for defense to kind of game plan for, because if you try to lock up Derrick Henry, the read option, and Lamar is going to run all over you, right? If you try to hedge a little bit, Derrick Henry, you have to either commit or play off, because Derrick Henry against a light front is going to just bulldoze people. And he averaged 5.5 yards a carry. They just fed him.
He's making that first guy miss.
Yeah, he's so hard to tackle. He's such a big dude. And Zay Flowers, I think, if they wanted to upgrade on offense, it might be at kind of getting another receiver, like a true, like a big body receiver. Rashad Bateman and Nelson Aguilar as your two guys behind Zay Flowers isn't great, but
you needed a guy.
Zay Flowers did his thing though. 9 catches, 132 yards. But yeah, this is the type of game I thought. I didn't think the Commanders were gonna put up that many points, to be honest. I thought they're gonna kind of be held in check more, but hey,
Terry McLaurin catching that touchdown was so clutch, man. He makes so many tough contested catches for a skinnier guy. He's really impressive. But I listened to the PFF podcast too, and they talked about this thing where Lamar's a monster throwing over the middle of the field, and Jaden is a monster throwing outside the numbers deep ball. I think they are very comparable QBs. I think they're very similar. I think that the reason why you have like talk like that is because Jaden has guys that are burners and are explosive and are meant to go down the field. You got guys like Diami Brown. You got guys like Terry McLaurin. You got guys like Noah Brown. Like these are speed guys that can beat you down the sideline and catch a go ball, or a fade. With the Ravens receiving options they have, it's a lot of skinnier slot options, tight end. They're two tight end offense as well with Likely and what's his name, Mark Andrews, who hasn't been as effective this year, but their passing offense is more designed to attack the middle of the field, as to where when Lamar had a guy like Marquise Brown, dude was hitting passes down the field, and it was impressive. I think they're very comparable QBs, and I think when you give Jaden an offseason where they maybe load up a little bit more on offense and maybe be able to stop the pass a little better, because when you're having to chase, it's not ideal. You get a lead with a QB like Lamar or Jaden, you're going to be able to keep defenses off balance, and you're not having to get one-dimensional. This is going to be a really good team next year after they have an offseason. But I think they're very comparable QBs, and I think that you're just seeing difference of skill sets around them.
Yeah, I think the missing they miss Brian Robinson Jr. a lot.
Yeah.
He's a big part of their
Definitely.
identity on offense, and Eckler is just not the type of player that he is. Like, Brian Robinson will batter defense down. He'll wear him down. Eckler, more kind of off tackle,
I was
receiving type
impressed
of
by
back.
him this year, honestly. I thought he looked better than I thought he would.
Who, Brian?
No, Eckler.
Eckler?
Eckler looked pretty good. I didn't see that coming this year, honestly. I thought he'd look a lot worse and look old.
Yeah. Well, I'm done with this game. How about you?
Agree.
Let's move on to Browns Eagles, man. Oh my gosh. How is Deshaun Watson still the starting quarterback for the Browns? I don't get it. I also listened to the PFF podcast, and they're just talking about how this is probably unprecedented type of attachment to a quarterback with money, and being stubborn enough to continue to play him over and over and over again. Like, Panthers bench Bryce Young. That was their number 1 overall pick.
Different coaches came in.
True.
I think different coaches came in. That was not their guy.
You think if the old coaching staff is still there, they would have stuck with him? That's actually a good point. But what do you think about this whole situation?
I'm not going to lie. So I wanted to see how was this game so close.
Yeah.
So I went back and I watched every play of this game. And after watching it, I think Deshaun Watson is probably the most disliked player in the NFL right now, because he's got all these allegations. He gets all this money, and he's not looking like the same player from Houston. But when I'm watching this game, I don't think he's as bad as everybody's like attaching this narrative to with him. I don't think. I think this offensive line is horrible. I think some of the play calling is very suspect. I think the running backs that he's working with are bottom third of the league. I think that these receivers are dropping passes and not making a lot of plays. They're having to play from behind because the defense isn't playing as well. And I mean, I see him miss some throws. Like I've seen him miss some throws, and it's just like, damn, man, like you can't be missing throws like that. But he hasn't been playing a lot the past 2 years, so it's like, does he get better as the season goes on? After watching this game, I don't think he's as bad as people think he is right now. I'm not going to lie. I think that's kind of a differing take that I have. After watching every single play from this game, I don't think it's as bad as people think it is. I think that there's some throws where it's like blatantly inaccurate, should have gotten picked. But in terms of the overall look of the game, I don't think he's as bad as people are trying to sell him as. I think he's the most disliked player in the NFL right now. And I think it's for good reason. But I think that he's not playing like the worst QB in the NFL right now. I think I'm seeing worse QB play around the league from a guy like maybe Bo Nix or like, who was I going to say? I mean, Jacoby Brissett too. Jacoby Brissett was really rough. But there's other QBs around the league that are playing worse than Watson. Is he like top 16? No. Is the situation around him really bad? Yeah. So it's like, I think that O-line specifically with all the injuries they've had, and then not having Nick Chubb out there, which is the identity of the offense, and then seeing the receivers drop passes too, it's kind of rough. It's like he's kind of getting thrown to the wolves in a way, and it's like a lot of people don't like him, so they're happy to see that, and they're hoping that he gets benched because Jameis Winston is very charismatic. But after watching this game, I don't think he blew it for him, honestly, and I don't think he's holding this offense back as much as people want to say. I think it's a really rough situation that people aren't talking about. But JOK is fun to watch for the Browns, though.
Yeah,
That
he's fun.
linebacker, dude, he's sick. He's fun to watch. He's one of the best linebackers in the league right now. And the Eagles, man, I think this is a badly coached football team. But Watson, though, I don't think he's as bad as people are trying to make him out to be.
Really?
After watching every single play, yeah, I think so.
I didn't watch every single play, but if Nick Chubb comes back and you start seeing this offense play a little bit better,
The line's pretty bad, though.
hey, Nick
Chubb can make it look good.
Chubb can kind of deal with that, but I don't know. I just think Watson's had his time to. I mean, the only reason they scored a touchdown was because it was a block kick. So, like, whether or not you thought he played well or not, you can't put up 9 points on
They're
offense.
the only team that hasn't scored 20 points or more in the season. Yeah.
I did not know that. But
They're the only team that hasn't scored 20 or more.
That's on the quarterback, bro.
It
sorry,
is
that's
on the QB. I will say that it is on the QB to some degree. I do think that also, too, that at the end of the game, they were down in the red zone, and they were going to go for it from, like, the 3-yard line, and there's a false start. And now you're backed up to the 8, and now you got to kick a field goal, and it's like, damn, man, There's a lot of plays that are getting blown up because there's bad execution around the board. I just think that O-line is kind of – it's looking pretty bad.
You see Sirianni after the game
Dude,
beefing with the Eagles fans.
He's a goofball, dude.
He's
going to get fired.
Corniest dude of all time.
He's getting fired at the end of the season.
I feel bad because just like the type of city that Philly is, like you're gonna face criticism, right? You have to have thick skin and understand that Philadelphia sports are just different, and you have to like if you suck and you're playing bad, you're gonna hear it, and you better be able to take it because Sirianni
right into the fans and everything.
Yeah,
that was goofy.
Sirianni, bro, like you're acting like a child, and they're talking about this on ESPN.
You do that in opposing stadiums. You don't do that in your own stadium.
Yeah, bro.
The team is badly coached. I watched that. It was not looking good for them.
Damian Woody on ESPN was talking about how pathetic it was because he was beefing with the fans, whatever, and then he brought his kid into the press conference and to kind of like, and I knew he was doing with the kid there. Everyone's like, "Oh, the kid's there. I'm not gonna go after him as much." But when he was asked about it, he was like, "I'm just happy we won the football game." I'm like, you are just use your kid to get out of you being corny and a douchebag in front of the entire league. Like,
so real.
What kind of you can't use your that's just using your kid to get out of criticism. Like you can't do that, bro.
Weird stuff.
Yeah, I honestly, do you think it's wild if the Eagles like just lost the game, just one game this year, and we're like, oh, you're done, and just kick them to the curb right now? They'll ride them out this year.
I think so. I think they're gonna ride out with this season because I think they're gonna be around the playoffs enough to where it's like you're not thinking the season's lost. Yeah. But I think this team is not disciplined. They don't make smart football plays. Like I think that the defense is average. The offense is literally just it's AJ Brown, it's Devontae, it's Saquon, and it's just not a lot else looking smooth beyond that. I think this is not a well-coached football team.
That AJ Brown or those two AJ Brown catches were nuts, bro.
That's why he's probably the best receiver in the league right now.
You think?
I think so.
I'd say
I think so.
In
terms of dominance, this dude's dominant. Him and DK Metcalf are like physically dominant receivers, like Calvin Johnson was. It's these two guys.
Yeah, I'm with you. Let's move on to what we got next. Cardinals. Oh, fuck's sake. Packers.
You can just talk about it, man.
Dude, I can't believe you let me talk in. I know the Cardinals. They're my team. I understand that they're going to go into Lambeau and shit the bed, and that's exactly what happened. Let's start on the defensive side of the ball real quick. Sean Murphy Bunting. What are you doing, bro? There were multiple times in this game I was like, dude, why do we pay you all that money?
I don't think they prepared for Jordan Love very well.
It didn't look like they did anything right.
They didn't look prepared.
Their turnovers killed them. They just kept turning the ball over, fumbles. Kyler was frustrated, and honestly, I get on Kyler for being like a little bitch sometimes. He had every right to be frustrated with this offense. The play calling wasn't there. I listened to this Cardinals podcast, and they were talking about it, but it was like, how are you not designing more for Kyler to cater into his strengths more?
QB run game.
Like, get him out of the pocket on little bootlegs. Get him out of the pocket to make defenses think more. They're kind of just sitting in there with him, and if he does run, it's like to scramble. You know what I mean? It's not just to set up the QB run like you're talking about.
Yeah.
Marvin went down with a concussion. That doesn't help when you're trying to come back. They should have gotten Trey McBride the ball more.
That man's good.
They're just missing that pressure on defense. And I'm telling you, if they stock up in the draft they have more draft picks coming in next year. Depending on how they finish this year, like I said, they're only one game out of the division, so it's not abandoned ship yet. But
can't lose the Chargers next week.
That is a huge game because
for their season outlook.
Yeah. If they lose that game, we're kind of starting to talk about like, all right, let's look more towards the future. Yeah, because the Niners look good, and they I know that we beat them, but when we play them again,
they're gonna be mad about that.
Little sneak peek. I'm taking the Niners because they're gonna be pissed.
For sure.
I just don't. I don't see anything on defense where I'm like, hey, there's something there. You know what I mean? Like Mac Wilson, I think is playing pretty good. Kaiser White is doing his thing.
Kaiser's smooth.
B.J. Ojulari getting hurt, and I thought Robinson was gonna play. He was on track to play, and then on Saturday they had the press conference with Gannon. He was like, "Yeah, he's not playing." I was like, "All right, sick." Zay Jones apparently was out after he got banned for PEDs, and somehow he wasn't ready to get back the first week. I don't know how that works. I don't know what he's doing the past 4 weeks, but it's just embarrassing from this offense. And yeah, I just hope Marvin's okay, and see if they can bounce back next week because James Conner left the game. It was brutal. Trey Benson's probably going to have to do a bulk of the load, carrying the load next week, and he didn't look great. So I'll let you talk about it, but my expectations for the Cardinals just plummeted after this game because I knew they were going to lose, but I didn't think they're going to lose as embarrassing as they did. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I would say on defense, they just didn't look very prepared. They couldn't get off the field. I didn't see the time of possession stat after the game, but it felt like the Packers had like 45 minutes of 15 watching the game. It's just the Cardinals couldn't stay on the field. They couldn't get the Packers off the field. I didn't feel like they were very prepared for the Packers and their attack on offense and the way that they throw the ball. Jordan Love does this. Like, this is a known thing that he will just chuck the ball up and let his guy make a play. And just watching that DB just get lost, and just, man, that was hard to watch because, I mean, I've watched Aaron Rodgers and Love do that for a couple of years, and it's just, it's frustrating.
That's our $28 million corner right there.
Wait, y'all give him 28?
Bro.
28 over how many years? Or 28 in one?
I think 2.
Oh, okay. It's $14 million. That's nothing. I mean, you're paying him like an average starter. I think when you're talking about like the outlook, you're gonna have to draft front 7. You're gonna have to sign guys in free agency, veterans, to make it stable, like something like what the Vikings did. But it's just you got to be more prepared. I don't think they were very prepared to win this game, and I think that I didn't know that like you were saying, Darius Robinson wasn't gonna play. I haven't seen too much of him, but the injuries on offense just made it really tough for him. So, I mean, they just didn't look prepared to win this game. Looked like they got out-coached. Time of possession, killed. Yeah. Turnovers, not good.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I don't even want to talk about this game anymore. You done with
let's
this game?
go.
Let's go to Bucks Saints. Rattler got his first start, bro. He actually looked halfway decent the entire time. I was very impressed by the way he looked very mature. I think the word that I would describe him in there, like he's always had the confidence. I've known this for since he was at Pinnacle. He's always been arrogant, almost, and that's why I knew this moment was going to be too big for him because he's kind of ready for this type of moment. He's built for this type of stuff.
Number one recruit in high school.
Number one recruit, yeah, coming out of high school. Literally the only reason that he wasn't at Oklahoma still is because of Caleb.
Man took his job.
Literally, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, I was pretty impressed by some throws. He airmailed some throws, underthrew a couple balls, but as far as a starter goes, like a first start in the league, put up 27 points. I know there's a punt return in there, but it's not bad, bro. It's not terrible. I was pretty impressed. I think if you put Derek Carr in there, there's not a huge drop off, in production. But in my opinion, I think Rattler played good. I think this Bucks defense is good too. Like there was that Antoine Winfield freaking fumble pick six or fumble six, yeah, and
yeah, that scoop was cool.
yeah, I was very impressed with him. I don't know what you thought about it, but
He looked like a rookie. I felt like he looked like a mid-round pick rookie quarterback. Arm talent looked legit. I think arm talent has always been like the biggest draw to Spencer. But I think that he looked like a rookie QB. They moved him a ton. Like there was not a lot of just drop back in the pocket, read the defense, get the ball out. There was a ton of get him outside of the pocket, play extension plays. I want to see more just like execution of the offense going forward. I hope that he can do that. Olave just being a non-factor, and that's just tough. That's tough to see for the Saints. Kamara dropping passes underneath when he needs to be that safety valve for them. Killed him. Just best second quarter team in the league, baby.
yeah,
Had that 27 to nothing point run or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, they got 3 fluky picks from Baker. Those picks were kind of fluky. I think what's the most impressive thing from this game was the Bucks running the ball. Like their way they got going on the ground this game was probably the most impressive part of it to me. Because, I mean, they got the options out in the passing game. Sterling Shepard's starting to look good as the 3. But seeing Sean Tucker get going and then seeing Bucky Irving they got the edge all game long to where they were getting outside. They were bouncing runs and just getting to the edge, and just it's bad defense, and I didn't really see this from the Saints defense early on, but this season is starting to get derailed completely by injuries for him. But one thing that's really cool about the Bucks, that corner, Zion McCollum, that rookie, dude looks sick. He looks sick. He's a crazy athlete, so I'm going to keep an eye on him on all season to see if he continues to hold up this play, but I think he's here to stay. He looks legit. But yeah, I think the Bucks look really good. I want to see if they can continue to run the ball like this over the course of the season. But other than that, I mean, 51 points. It's a lot of points.
Yeah. See Sean Tucker, he's the guy at Syracuse.
I looked him up a little bit after the game.
He would post a report card of every game after his game at Syracuse. I'll pull it up.
No way.
Yeah, he would be like,
he was impressive.
I was pleased with my performance today.
The real one. So that's some real accountability right there.
So funny.
Yeah, you have to pull it up, man. But I thought he actually was pretty impressive. I think that he looks like a good back that actually has rushing instincts and can run inside, outside, execute on these runs. He's kind of like Chase Brown, but with a little less speed, in my opinion, because Chase Brown, he executes the runs how they're blocked up and schemed up. And if you execute well, he has the speed to take advantage of mistakes by a defense. And I think Sean Tucker's very similar, it looks like.
I'm still trying to find the report card. It's so funny.
Yeah, I didn't know much about him coming into this game at all.
But I mean,
Rashad White's got to stay on the bench, man. I don't really care if he's wearing number 1. I don't really care how many touches they gave him last year. These are 2 better backs that are behind him, and you're just wasting touches with Rashad White.
Yeah, I think Bucky Irvin, dude, he's a player, dude. I'm so glad I freaking latched on to him early before like he kind of started getting carries because at Oregon, he was the man. Like
He's electric.
He was so hard to bring down for not really a big guy, and he can do it all. So I'm excited to see how they keep using him. Sean Tucker probably just carved out a role for himself in this run game just with that performance alone. And 51 points. It's a lot of points. It's a lot of points.
I mean, if the second quarter doesn't exist, hey, this game is 51-0.
That's one way to look at it. Well, let's go to Colts Titans real quick.
I didn't know Joe Flacco was starting.
I didn't know either. Dude, he started throwing the ball. It cut to him. I was watching Red Zone. It cut to him, and I was like, is that Joe Flacco? Where the fuck is Anthony Richardson? But, fuck, I don't know. Got the win.
Man, he's actually making the offense look pretty good. I think that wonder what these coaches are thinking, you know, because they draft Anthony Richardson, and he's just so inconsistent, super gifted athlete, but he just can't complete passes consistently. You know, he's just sailing passes. As soon as Joe Flacco comes in, Josh Downs looks electric. Michael Pittman's getting the ball. This offense is putting up points and moving the ball consistently, even without a run game. Flacco's getting a dub, you know, and it's like, it's just, I don't know. I wonder what these coaches are thinking. I'm super impressed by Flacco coming in, helping the offense function. I know they got a good offensive line, which definitely is beneficial, but they don't have a run game right now with Jonathan Taylor not being in there. So being one-dimensional on offense and still being able to win a game against a team that's desperate for a win, I think that was really impressive. We got another Will Levis meme of him shooting the webs, bro.
I didn't see that.
Dude, that was hilarious. He scored a touchdown and was shooting fucking Spider-Man webs in a circle, and then he ends up like losing the game. It was so funny, bro. Will Levis is hilarious. He's so much fun to watch, even if he is like a disaster waiting to happen, bro. But yeah, that Titans offense, it's just inconsistent. You never know what you're getting from a play-to-play basis. And I mean, there was a time at the end of the game where they ended up punting it away, and I wish they would have gone for it on fourth down. It was about like 2 minutes or something left. They punted it away, and I really wish they would have went for it because I mean, you end up losing the game, not getting the ball back until 16 seconds left, and it's just over. So yeah, disappointing. I mean, this team's just not very good. In the Titans, Colts, when Jonathan Taylor gets back. Depends on who's playing at QB, but if Joe Flacco's in there, that offense is going to move the ball.
Yeah, I want Buckner to get back for them. I want to see that kind of D-line to get healthy again. But Titans, Will Levis is just – you see him, like, flail into that ball boy. That ball boy tore his ACL, bro.
He just blew the ball boy's knee out, bro. Oh,
literally.
Man, that was so bad, bro.
Pollard looked good.
So bad. Pollard looks great, bro. He looks great.
Yeah, he looks very good.
Got him in both my leagues. Boy.
That's big time. That's big time. But yeah, Will Levis is just a liability. Like he's such a loose cannon. He's such a loose cannon. And it's gonna be tough because when you miss on a draft pick, and Will Levis did have his moments last year. He has some big time throws, but when you miss on a draft pick like this, it's so tough to go away and kind of justify like moving off of him because there is talent there with Will Levis, but it's like, is it worth the fucking stupid place? You know what I mean?
That ain't his coach though.
True, he might kick to the curb. So I hope he.
I think that's a big thing with a lot of these QBs is like, is the coach that brought him in still there? Because I feel like a lot of the time these offensive coaches especially attach themselves to these QBs. This is a new coach. This is not the coach that brought him in.
Yep. I don't really want to talk about this game anymore.
Me either.
Both
teams kind of blow.
Yeah. Let's go to Chargers and Broncos, another game.
It is another game.
Yep. I was going to say another game that I don't really want to talk about, but I thought you were going to
We'll kind of just run through it really quick. I mean, hey, Kamani Vidal.
I know. When he caught that pass, I was like, Randy, remember that guy we're talking about?
Let's go. I was lit, yeah. I was pretty cool to see him score. Not many opportunities are feeding J.K. Dobbins like 25 touches, but, man, whatever. Broncos, yeah. getting shut out 20 to nothing. It's just this is the team that you're going to be looking at all season, where it's like they can maybe sneak away some well executed games and get an upset here to be a team that's going to finish around 7 wins, that maybe pulls off a surprise here or there. Maybe they beat the Chiefs once somehow, but it's like they're not going to be a team that's really contending for much of anything because they are rebuilding. They do have a QB that's inconsistent, and he had some consistent or protecting the ball games over the past 3 weeks, and they got some wins 3 in a row. But it's just you're not going to see any kind of consistency from this team going down the stretch because they don't have enough talent to really hang their hat on in terms of offensively. Defensively, keep them in games, but they kind of got played around with this game by the Chargers, who are also another well-coached team in their own right. So good win for the Chargers. Doesn't mean anything. Probably not. Both these teams are rebuilding right now.
Yeah, this is just a snooze fest the entire game.
Snooze fest, 100%.
I'm just
Cortland Sutton, crazy catch though.
Yeah, that was insane. I feel so bad for him
He
because
needs to get traded.
He's got to get out of there, bro. He is too talented
They're
to
not
be.
going to trade him though.
They won't because he's like
Their only guy.
their only guy in offense where it's like, dude, he's legit,
Yeah.
but man, he is so talented. Like I'm telling you, if he went to name a competent quarterback, QB, a team with a competent quarterback. There we go. I told you it's early.
The Lions.
Yeah, if he went to the Lions, bro, oh
The
my
Lions,
gosh,
yeah.
they would. He is such a freaking contested catch ball winner for them.
The Commanders.
That would be that would be great too. Opposing Terry, that would be great too. Yeah. Anyways, hypotheticals for Denver.
We just wish we saw him be on a better team so he could actually get up to his potential. But it depends. Sometimes it depends on where you're at.
Yeah.
Sometimes players are really good but just can't get out of the organization they're in.
Yep. I'm done with this game.
Really quick hit on the one receiver, rookie. His name is Vele. Big body receiver. He's like 6'6", I think. Massive player. He's fine. He only got in the field 2 times this year versus in week 1 and in this week. I don't know why, but he's not getting on the field too much. But he's actually looked pretty good when he's gotten out there and gotten some passes his way. And he's really big, intriguing rookie receiver. He was like a 7th round pick, but he's made some plays. So I'm just gonna keep an eye on him going forward in terms of the Broncos. But I mean, there's nothing really to look at in terms of this game. It's just a snooze fest, like you said.
Yeah.
Vidal and Vele are the only 2 things that I'm really taking away from this game that are like guys to watch going forward.
Yep. Trying to see here. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry, I was just counting up the picks for the week.
I don't think I did that good. I probably was about even.
You're right you're right at 500. You're at 7-7. I went 10-4, which I was pissed.
Hey, we got another 10 or more win week from you, brother.
Yeah.
Cooking.
Yeah, trying, but dude, I can't. I don't know. I just feel dumb picking the freaking Cardinals.
Hey, bro, that was my fault.
It is what it is.
That was
It is
my
what
fault.
it is.
I literally had the Packers picked too.
I did too.
Them.
And
I
you
picked the
fucking
Cardinals.
you swayed me, and I was like, dude, I can't.
Sabotaged our picks, bro. You almost had 3 11 win weeks in a row. You basically did. We'll say you did.
Nah, I fucked it up, but it's okay. Steelers Raiders. Let's talk about it.
Hey, Justin was running this game. I mean, that's the thing. That if he's gonna have success and stay on the field for them, like he's got to use his legs. There was this one play where the right tackle didn't block. I don't know if it was Max Crosby. I think it was Max Crosby. Just didn't even touch him, and Max Crosby just comes flaring straight at Justin Fields, and Justin just gets a snap, takes 1 step, and goes. And like seeing him hit the gas like that. That's the quarterback that I've been waiting to see from Justin, waiting to see Justin play like, and if he's going to play like that down the stretch, dude's going to stay on the field because that's his strength. That's what gives him confidence in a baseline of competency is his dominance as an athletic quarterback because dude's got some serious acceleration and he's able to pull away from defensive backs with his speed. So it's just, I was really impressed to see him kind of take off a little more this game and use that and not be so tentative and worried about being a pocket QB because I don't think he is, and I don't think these weapons are good enough to sit there in the pocket and pick apart a defense. So happy to see Justin play well. That Raiders team just can't get out of their own way, dude. Turning the ball over. Brock Bowers, free that man. It's unfortunate he
He's
went
good.
there. I wish the Bears drafted Brock Bowers. You could have drafted Brock Bowers and not even had to trade for Keenan Allen. It would have been fine. You know,
Yeah.
you would have had that exact same type of player and role for the offense without having to trade for a guy. You could have just drafted him.
Yeah,
But,
and
you know,
10 years younger.
Yeah.
But
so, man, it's unfortunate. That hurts me, bro, that Brock Bowers went there because he's just going to get played around with bad QB and bad organization. But, hey, Raiders can't get out of their own way. Steelers get back on track.
Yep.
Justin used his legs more and looked more confident doing that. Najee had a big run
Yep.
because the Raiders didn't seem interested in tackling.
Yeah.
This thing's just spiraling for them. Panthers, that buzzsaw they ran into sent them in a spiral, bro.
I guess so, dude. I don't know what's going on, but Steelers got to just keep winning if Fields wants to stay the starter.
Yeah.
Because as soon as he has like a Justin Fields game that you've seen in the past, where it's like, dude, how are you missing these throws? You know, that's when Russ will probably get put in. But to have the luxury of not all your eggs not be in one basket, it's pretty encouraging for Pittsburgh at least that they have another option. You know, if Fields for whatever reason reverts back to his Bears form and just
2023 Bears form.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. Steelers are 4-2. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Raiders just can't get out of their own way. I mean, that's just the matter of what happened in this game. It's just turning the ball over, not tackling, not executing and putting together scoring drives on offense. It's just there's not much to talk about with this game. They're just lacking in talent across the offense, and then defensively, it's just I don't know. I think this team is in turmoil right now. I don't think you fire Pierce midseason. I think he's going to ride out, but this team's like a 5-6 win team.
Yeah, I'm with you. Let's go to Lions Cowboys. This made me so happy.
Lions were just playing with
They're
them, bro.
toying with them, bro.
They were just toying with them. They were so mad about last year.
Yeah.
They were like putting Dan Skipper out there, reporting as eligible on the first play of the game. Dude, Dan Campbell's so petty for that. I think it's hilarious.
I loved it.
I love Dan Campbell too, you know, man. I think it's so impressive that what he's done coming to a place like Detroit and saying, yeah, we're just going to turn it around. Trading away Matthew Stafford for Jared Goff and then turning it into this type of culture. Like, it's just, man, super impressive. They were just trying to get their offensive linemen touchdowns, dude. It was just clown fest all day long.
They threw like a jump ball to him in the red zone.
They ran a hook and ladder
with Penei Sewell.
Penei Sewell, bro.
Yep.
They ran a hook and ladder to their tackle, bro. Like,
I
have never seen that, bro.
Dude, I was dying laughing. I was like, dude,
This
I was
clown
at work.
fest.
I was just like, bro, there's no way this is happening right now. And like, if you're Mike McCarthy, I don't know if he saw when what's his face, Cooper Rush threw that pick, in the end zone. He just mouthed, "What the fuck?" Just like, and that was the entire probably stadium was like, dude, what is happening right now?
I mean, that stadium was probably empty by the third quarter, bro.
To be honest, yeah. The
Did you see,
freaking
did you
the
see
light.
the AT&T like the stadium account on Twitter posted a picture of like the stadium and they blurred out the scoreboard.
Did they?
Yeah, they blurred out the scoreboard, bro. It was so funny, dude. They literally blurred out the scoreboard because it was like second half when they were getting boat raced, bro. And they just like the stadium posted on their Twitter account like a picture of like the stadium and like how it looks, and they blurred out the scoreboard, bro.
I did not see that, but that's funny.
That's absurd.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah, Cowboys are in trouble. They're I don't know how they're going to kind of bounce back from this, but I don't know what the schedule looks like next week. We'll check it out on Thursday, but
Commanders are going to finish ahead of them in the division.
Yeah, probably. It's sad, but Cowboys are all in. So
they're all in.
It's fine. It's fine cuz they're all in.
They're all in, bro.
Yeah.
Aiden Hutchinson getting hurt. That's tough
That
though
was
for the Lions.
Brutal to watch.
Apparently they're like looking at trading for an edge rusher. I don't know. I think a guy like Chase Young they could bring in. They could bring in a guy like Chase Young. They could try to trade for Hassan Reddick maybe. There's some players that are out there that they could go grab and try to fill that role, but they gotta fill that role because there's no pass rush beyond Aiden Hutchinson. He was the leading pass rusher in the NFL in terms of pressure, sacks over the entire league by a pretty wide margin. So it's like you lose him. They ran over the Cowboys, but you're looking at a team like the Packers who are playing well, a team like the Vikings who are playing well, a team like the Bears who are also playing well. And if you can't get after these QBs, you're going to have problems in this division. So they're still, even though they're 5-4-1 now, they're 5-1. They're 5-1 now. I think they're 5-1.
5-1.
Even though they're 5-1
No,
now.
4-1 because
Even though
they had the bye.
yeah, they're 4-1 right now. Vikings are still 5-0. Packers are 4-2. Bears are 4-2. Good team, dominant win. Not pulling away from the division though. This is a really good division.
Yeah, I like to touch on that the division because you can't have a mental lapse on one of these weeks because that might be the difference between you winning and losing the division. And divisional games for this division are going to be insane.
I can't wait, man.
Next week, I
It's
think the
lit.
Lions play the Vikings, and that's going to be an insane game to watch.
Take the over in that one.
Yeah, dude, it's probably like 68.5, but yeah, Lions look good. Cowboys are just, I don't really see where they're gonna go. Like they have a bunch of money locked up now.
They just can't run the ball.
They're gonna have to hit on some draft picks if they kind of want to revert back to kind of a rebuild, in my opinion, because this Cowboys team is not like. What do you think the record's going to be at the end of the
Maybe
year?
they should trade for Amari Cooper and trade for a 5th-round pick for Amari Cooper. Maybe they should do that. Maybe what a good
Salt
an
wound.
organization does, like an organization takes advantage of a team that's trying to sell and like you trade a low pick for a good player.
Yeah.
Maybe you should do that instead of giving him away for a 5th-round pick. Maybe Amari Cooper would help the situation out right now.
Maybe.
Maybe.
We've been talking about them needing a receiver all year. But
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Kevontae Turpin ain't going to be able to make up for the rest of the offense.
Tolbert is not a receiver 2 in
He's
the
a
league.
4.
Yeah, maybe. Let's go Falcons-Panthers real quick.
Oh, man. I don't even want to talk about this too much.
Yeah, it's kind of boring.
Yeah, it just hurt me with that Darnell Mooney bet.
I forgot about that, dude.
8 out of 9 on
Want
the
to tell people
parlay.
about that a little bit?
Yeah, so I mean, I've been working on because we're thinking about doing like a sports betting section. We're thinking about it a little bit, so I've been really refining like how I do things. I was 8 out of 8 on the picks last week in the parlay, and then I was 8 out of 9 this week. And dude, I missed it by 2 yards from Darnell Mooney. I needed him to get 40 or more yards, and he had 38. You know what though? I missed coming into the week that Raheem Morris was saying that we are going to run away with the division in terms of running the ball more than any other team in the division. And looking at the two backs, and if I would have seen that quote, I wouldn't have thought about Darnell Mooney yards. Because, you look at the matchup. It's the worst pass defense in the league with a route runner that separates. And it's like, okay, yeah, he should get 40 or more. So matchup-wise, yeah. But they can't stop anything. And if a team's talking about wanting to come in and run the ball with two backs like this, they're going to do that. And they did that. And the Panthers gave up another 38 points. They gave up 38 points.
38, yeah.
And then their offense kind of moved the ball and kind of looked okay, but the team's not going to be able to score enough to make up for how bad the defense is. So, yeah.
They're in trouble.
They've been in trouble since they drafted Bryce Young, bro.
But then they have draft picks. Wait. They
Yeah.
don't.
Well, at least they have their first round this year. At least they only give up 2 firsts and 2 seconds for Bryce Young and DJ Moore. At least they only give up that. They could have given up 3 firsts for Bryce Young. At least he's giving everybody high fives.
Yeah.
He's being a leader, bro.
Yeah, being a leader.
That's the most goofball ass shit I've ever heard in my life. Like, I keep seeing all these like clips of Bryce Young dapping dudes up and high five, like standing by the entrance of the tunnel like he's a fan or something like that. He's standing by the entrance of the tunnel like high fiving everybody, and they're like, "Man, he's a leader, bro." It's like, dude, he's not on the field.
What do you want him to do?
He's not on the field. You can only lead from the field. You don't lead from the sideline. You lead from the field. You
Yeah.
know, and I don't give a damn what Bryce Young is doing. He sucks.
Yeah, only dude I can think that leads from the sideline is Jameis Winston. And
Yeah. Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
You're right.
That's
It's
pretty much
Jameis
it.
Winston, and that's it.
Little W.
Yeah, bro. Dude,
That's a W.
his
That's a W.
pregame hype speeches and everything, dude, and his way he hypes up the locker room and everything. Yeah, Jameis is him for sure. But yeah, Bryce Young, high fiving. That team stinks.
That's not leadership, bro.
Nah.
Hey.
You lead from the field.
High five. See, that's not
K's the
leadership,
leader.
folks.
K's the leader, bro.
I'm a leader here. Sunday
He's
Night
actually
Football.
giving low fives. The only high fives are for leaders, bro. He gives low fives. Low fives are weak ass shit, bro.
Yeah. Just looking at Loki, he's passed out. Sorry. Anyways, Bengals Giants Sunday Night Football. Really defensive struggle. Burrow
More
took
like
that.
just a struggle game, bro.
Yeah, it was just kind of
It's a
gross.
struggle game.
Burrow took it to the crib.
Bro, that sneaky speed.
Bro, he almost hit 20 miles an hour. He cribbed that thing from 50 out. That was insane.
Oh, that was hilarious.
But yeah, T. Higgins, he is the perfect complement to Jamar Chase. Like, this game is just kind of to talk about.
yeah.
Tyrone Tracy, I think he's actually carved out a role behind
Tracy looks good.
Singletary. I think
No, he
they
looks
need to
good.
get him more involved when Singletary comes
You
back.
could have him be the lead back.
Yeah,
Ideally, you want him to rotate, but he could be the lead right now.
yeah, and even if he's not the lead, they just split it like 60-40 with Singletary. Just get him off the field, give him a break. That's basically it's the meta in the NFL right now. But
You need to be able to rotate.
yeah, Daniel Jones, what the fuck was that pick? I cannot believe that he threw that ball. There's a
Makes
check
my
down.
head hurt,
yeah,
dude.
there's a check down wide open, and
I
he
hate
decides,
watching him play football.
dude,
bro.
it's so bad. It's so bad to watch. As crazy as it sounds, the Giants did have a chance at the end if they made that kick and freak onside kick, whatever we saw against in the Bama game over the weekend, and the kicker just missed it. And I was just like, I made a TikTok about it, and it was just like the most fitting way to end the game for the Giants. It was just like, oh, a little bit of hope here. If he makes this kick, we might have a chance.
Did
doesn't make the
he
kick.
miss two of them? Or was it
He
the Jets game?
no,
No,
he-
they both missed two.
They both went to, yeah.
Dang.
New York kickers,
New York kickers in MetLife over the weekend.
Brutal.
Not a good look.
Brutal. Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was interesting that they had the whole like new punter, new kicker situation. So the operation is like not clean.
Yeah.
So I mean, like that's a factor. But I mean, it's just like they just don't do anything good right now. I mean, that front seven's impressive. I think that you wish you had the secondary to back it a little bit. Secondary's not playing bad, but they're not playing great. So it's like it's just kind of there's a whole lot of mid, you know, and it's
Whole
just
lot of mid.
whole lot of mid, and it's just like this Bengals team get a dub. I think they play the Browns next week. I might take the Browns. Not gonna lie, I think the Browns with Nick Chubb coming back, they might take it. They might take that game from them because I don't think this Bengals team looks competent right now. This looks like a team that might fire their coach. This looks like a team that's not taking advantage of the talent they have on the roster. This defense does not look good, you know. And I know they had a game where they held them to 7 points, but I mean, it's like Daniel Jones looks at the defense before the snap, says, "I am throwing to Wan'Dale Robinson," and the ball is snapped, and he throws it to Wan'Dale Robinson. He does not read anything post snap. He locks into his guy, and if he doesn't see it, he moves around and gets sacked or hit. And it's like, man.
Brian Burns played good.
Yeah, he did. Brian Burns had a great game. So did Dexter Lawrence. He's fun to watch. That front seven, they got some players, but it's just that's the only real talented part of the team without Malik Neighbors in the field. So it's like, man, it's just tough. Tough look.
Tough look.
So frustrating watching Daniel Jones just lock into one read and not look at other players around the field.
Yeah.
Defense knew it too. They read his eyes all game.
Yeah, he just stares the receiver down before
He
he throws
stares
it.
them down. That's why you're seeing all these batted passes. You're seeing these passes broken up. These short, quick game passes that he doesn't look anywhere else. He throws it to wherever he just predetermined before the snap.
Yep. Bills Jets, finish it out. Let's talk about it. I'll let you take the lead.
Womp, womp, womp. I mean, bro, it's just you missed 2 kicks. Doinking it like it's Parky back in his prime, baby.
That was insane.
Yeah, that was too funny. Too funny. I was laughing my ass off watching this game. That was hilarious. But Hey, Garrett Wilson looks great.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams gonna fix everything.
No. No.
Yeah. Well,
They-
Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen's gonna win an MVP this year. With the way all the changes they made on offense, the changes they made on defense, the fact these outside receivers aren't producing, the fact that they are running. I mean, Ray Davis. Hey, Ray Davis looked great. That was cool. Dude sounded super mature after the game too in the post game. I was actually very impressed by Ray Davis overall. Like I thought that was a great night for him. He seemed super mature and like composed, by everything in the game, post game, everything. I was really impressed by the player and the person. And then on top of that, just Josh Allen. This team just can't get him on the ground right now. He's breaking sacks, getting out of the pocket, keeping plays alive, keeping his eyes downfield, extending drives. The end of the game where they had that third down and he just deked that left end. Man, no, that was too funny. But
if you're an opposing team playing Josh Allen, you have to know that when it gets late in the game, he's calling his own number. Like, you have to understand that that's happening. You think he's going to put the ball in someone else's hands to give the ball back to Rodgers? No.
Nope.
He's keeping that shit all day long. And
that was actually so dope, though.
yeah, I mean,
That was a dope play.
Josh Allen was pumped after, like, when they do the kneel downs, whatever, have the
Yeah.
mic over him. He was pumped, fired up after the game, which rightfully so.
I love watching him talk all that shit, too.
Yeah,
That was fire, bro.
you can back it up,
Yeah.
bro. That's the
He's
best
so
part.
good. He's so good, man.
I'm glad he touched on Ray Davis. I was going to talk about him too. He's the perfect complement to James Cook.
Super impressive.
He's
Catching the ball down the field, too?
it wasn't the prettiest thing of all time, but
Yeah, but
Got
that's
it
a
done.
running. That's a running back. You gotta
Hey.
catch it. He caught it.
he caught it. That's what matters.
And ad-libbing too, like play extending, like scramble drilling, like that was good play.
He's violent, bro. Like, he
It's fun to
invites
watch.
contact,
Oh yeah,
falls forward.
he was hungry.
Yeah, he, bro. I don't know if that's a reference to like his childhood life, but
No, oh whoa,
Like,
no,
Randy, what
No.
the fuck, dude?
nah, dude, he looked hungry for touches, bro.
Yeah,
I wasn't making a joke about that.
it's
I
fucked up.
I heard him saying the thing that he was like homeless growing up, but good for him though, man. Cool.
Dude.
I liked him coming out of the draft too. Came out of there from Kansas or Kentucky. Was it
Kentucky.
Kentucky, yeah. I mean, he looked good there. He's a very versatile back, Like I saw him catching passes out of the backfield at college in Kentucky as well. So he's a good you throw him out there on third down, you feel good about him.
That Hail Mary at the end of the half was insane, dude.
I was talking about it with my dad before the play. I was like, "Oh man, this is like the best. This is probably the best Hail Mary QB. Like and people talk about it's luck. I mean, it's luck, yes, but there's a way to do it to where you give your guys the best chance to make a play. It's not a fluke that Rodgers does have a lot of Hail Mary completions. It's because of the way he throws the ball.
Yeah, and one other thing I want to talk about before we get out of here, Brees Hall.
Great
This
game.
is the type of game that Brees Hall was expected to have every game, Get him out, get him on the edge, and have him just torch defenses. He has big playability every time he touches the ball.
Yeah, you got to get him in space like that.
I like how they're using him out of the backfield, too. He has good hands.
Yep.
He had 18 carries to Braylon Allen's 3. And that's music to my ears because I needed 17 points to win my fantasy game, and he put up 22 or 23.
Yeah.
Big 5-1. Stop playing with me. I think.
Nah, you're doing pretty good.
What are you?
I was hoping. I'm 4-2 right now. I was hoping you dropped that one so I could climb over you, bro. But yeah, man, you gotta win at the end. Brees Hall put up a lot of points for you. I know you needed that, but yeah, bro. I'm hoping that you could drop one game here or there so I could snag that 1 seed. But it's looking
Hey.
tough, bro. You're winning a lot. You're winning a lot of games.
We're playing each other next week, so we'll
Let's
see how
go.
it goes, bro.
Let's go.
Kick your ass, but it's
Ain't
cool.
no way.
Dude, I'm banged up. You're probably gonna catch me because
Yeah.
Puka and Nico are out, so it's wraps for me. To be honest, I'm just holding on.
As long as Darnell Mooney doesn't have fucking 38
yards.
bro.
Dude, that was so unlucky.
I would have won $350 more than I won. I won like 150 off of it, which was cool. But it's like I would have won 350 on top of that, bro. If I actually had 2 more yards from Darnell Mooney.
It's brutal,
8 out of 9 in the picks this week. 8 out of 8 last week.
dude. You're on point with it.
16 out of 17 the last 2 weeks.
I'm gonna sprinkle money on it next week.
Yeah.
See what's going on.
We're dialed
but
in.
Yeah. Overall record comes out to 36-40 for you after going 7-7. So it stays pretty much the same.
36 and 40.
Yeah.
Hey, we're back. We're
And
getting
then-
back there.
And then
You're way over though.
10-4 for me brings me up to 47-29. So we're trying to,
Cooking, bro.
yeah.
You're cooking.
trying. My upset of the week always don't just listen to my picks. Don't
What
listen
was
to
my upset of the week? Commanders.
I picked the Cardinals because you fucking
Yeah.
convinced me. But those both didn't miss.
What was
or
my lock?
Eagles.
Okay, yeah.
Eagles. Hey, I picked the
there we go.
Broncos. Was I on fucking crack when I said that in the podcast?
I know. I heard you say that. I was like, you all right?
But hey, just we'll bounce back next week. I'm not missing another lock of the week. I'm not missing. I'm picking. maybe.
Your only games that you're losing are locks, bro. It's so funny. You're losing like 3 games each week, bro, and you're like one of them is your lock, bro. That's too fucking funny.
One of them's the upset. One of them's the lock. So whatever I think is
the
gonna
only
happen.
picks you're highlighting, bro, are the ones you're like losing, dude. It's too funny.
But whatever. Yeah,
That's hilarious.
we're doing pretty good though. I mean,
Nah, your record is cooking.
47-29. I'm trying to get like plus. What's a realistic goal for me?
Well, plus games overall, because I mean, if you're talking about a win percentage, if you can get over 2-1, bro, like that's crispy.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good goal. I'll
2
do that.
1. If you can get to 3-1, I mean, I don't think that's possible really, but you're gonna be over 2-1 with the way you're picking though.
Hope so. Trying to get at least 10 wins every week and just keep it rolling like that. But
Doing good, bro.
Randy,
Yes,
like
sir.
always, appreciate it coming on.
Cooking up this week.
Hey,
Gotta get better on the picks though, brother.
we have
7-7.
yeah, it's a hey.
Mid is what it is. It's mid.
Overall, the past
I'm
2
looking like
weeks,
Jeff Fisher right now, bro. I'm the
Yeah.
Jeff Fisher of picks.
Jeff Fisher, crazy comparison. But Thursday we have one more podcast that won't be filmed. Then next week
Bye.
on Monday or Tuesday, when we're all settled in, I got the camera figured out. I'm gonna have to fidget with that. I'm not a tech guy, so we'll see how that goes. But
Fuck around and find out.
yeah, we'll have you'll actually get to see what me and Randy look like, which is a huge, awesome thing.
He's playing.
You might get to see Loki.
Loki.
And you got to see our two new guests that are coming on. We'll see what's going on next week with that. But stay tuned. Building the pod. Go follow the TikTok and Instagram account. Had another video get like 15K views again. So pretty.
15.
Go
was
like
was it that Dodgers? Was it that Dodgers did?
no, but that shit was crazy.
That was crazy, bro.
Kike Hernandez, bro, chill out. But
Yeah.
we'll I think that's it. I think you gotta get to work, so we'll wrap it up right now. Thanks again, and we'll see you
Yes, sir.
guys on Thursday.
Smash the like button.
Hey, smash the like button. All right.
Hit subscribe. Hit the bell icon.
It does make me feel good when I get TikTok notifications, so I won't lie. I'm not gonna cap to you guys. It does feel pretty good. So
Yeah.
please do it.
Hit the
I
like
appreciate
button.
it. Go follow Instagram, TikTok, all that kind of stuff at Let's Talk Ball _podcast. Subscribe, like this video. Let's try to get to. I mean, we've only had like 2 likes ever, so what's a
No, we actually get like good. We get like a handful of likes each vid.
Can we get the 5 likes, people?
get to
5
5.
souls. Press the like button. It takes half a second to do it. Please do it. Please do it. It means a lot.
Please.
Please do it.
Please.
But yeah, let's get out of here. Randy, appreciate it again, and
Yes, sir.
we'll see you Thursday. Peace.
Later.